Good morning to one and all. On behalf of the Federation of Telangana Chambers of Commerce and Industry, I am extremely delighted to welcome you all for the inaugural ceremony of FTCCI Pokarna Skill Center Training and Development. We apologize for the delay in starting the program because we're still waiting for our chief guest who would be joining us by 12 noon today. It gives me immense pleasure to welcome our guest of honor, Mr. Naveen Mittal, IAS Commissioner, Collegiate Education and Technical Education, Government of Telangana. Mr. Gautam Chand Jain, Chairman and Managing Director, Pokarna Group. I would also like to welcome our immediate past President, Mr. Bhaskar Reddy, to please join us for the inaugural ceremony. So the Skill Center is indeed a dream project of the FTCCI, and all of us at the Secretariat are totally geared up to ensure that the Skill Center, which will also have skilling, upskilling, reskilling, training and development center, which will run 365 days, 24/7. So that's the dream, we're seeing it come true. The Skill Center started with a very humble beginning, and we started to conduct a lot of skill programs. Of course, we've conducting it throughout this journey of 105 years, but especially post-pandemic or during pandemic is when we started, curating some training program, language programs, export-import management, which we started conducting it for members and non-members, and we saw some overwhelming responses over a period of time. With the success of this, we also thought that we would do a lot of skill programs, district level, and so this over past 2 years, we've conducted a lot of programs at Warangal, Nizamabad, Khammam, Karimnagar, and we still plan to do a lot of programs in other districts as well. So we are not going to stop there. And the state government has always been supporting all our program, and especially through the industries department, the GMDICs always would ensure that they promote the program to all the enterprises, all the exporter members. And with this, I think we achieved another milestone where the central government, the Ministry of Commerce and Industries, also recognized that FTCCI has been doing excellent program, and for the first time, sir, they've allocated funds for under capacity building, which they gave it to FTCCI last year, and this year again we are going to seek their support. So that's again, with the state government support, with the central government support, I think the skill center is totally geared up for this. With this in backdrop, we always had a plan to set up a full-fledged skill center, and thank you so much to Mr. Gautam Chand Jain, who came forward and agreed to extend financial support for the infrastructure requirement of the skill center. And as I think you all will see, we have a 240 capacity full-fledged classroom called the Quartz and the Amethyst. And today we are inaugurating that. So before I request the dignitaries to walk up to the second floor to inaugurate the skill center, we would like to show a short film of the testimonials of all our few of our past students, and what they had to say and what was the push behind setting up the skill center.
Maintain an organization of people in your team. So they will help you with practical knowledge, they will help you with critical knowledge, they will help you with all the resources that you require to start your startup, and they will go to any extent to help you and ask as much doubts as you have, because you have all the help at one place, and MSM is session is the one thing that I recommend everyone to attend it, and I hope you guys will enjoy as much as I did, and start it as you have that zeal in you, and MSME recognize people like me who have that zeal to start it and make it successful, and they will always support you guys. So attend it, work on it, start it, and be in the place where you always wanted to be. Thank you guys.
Right from day one till yesterday evening session, every session was an awesome learning point. Everywhere they really could associate, and as all the speakers before me have said, man, thank you, it's an excellent job. FTCCI has done a great job.
Hi, I learned more in a 3-month online course with FTCCI than I learned in 3 years of college. So now that we have a physical skill development center, that's going to take things to the next level and help shape the young entrepreneurs of Telangana.
I'm a participant in the certificate course for export import management conducted by the FTCCI here in Hyderabad. The program has been extremely beneficial for me, especially because I'm getting newly into the import-export business. We got to hear a lot of live examples and extremely beneficial insight from distinguished faculty with a wealth of experience. Thank you.
ఇది ఎక్స్పోర్ట్ ఇంపోర్ట్ వర్క్షాప్ ఇది నిజంగా వరంగల్ జిల్లాలో ఇది ప్రథమంగా వీళ్ళు తీసుకున్నటువంటి తెలంగాణ రాష్ట్ర వీళ్ళు తీసుకున్నటువంటి ఈ ప్రోగ్రాంలో వరంగల్ వాసులకు ప్రత్యేకత ఇది చాలా శుభం. రెండవది ఏంటంటే ఇది ఒక మెట్టు ఎక్కడానికి యువకులకు మరి బిజినెస్ చేసే వాళ్ళకి బిజినెస్ ఇది ఒక మెట్టు ఎక్కడానికి.
I thoroughly enjoyed the program, and to me, there are 3 main highlights of this program. First, the course content, which is comprehensive in every aspect of import and trade. The industry visits at the end of the course made this program holistic. Second, the speakers. All the speakers are very strong in the fundamentals, and they are so passionate about the content that they are delivering. They are also enthusiastic about having discussions with the students.
And tell you that the speakers are more than happy to have those discussions with you after the classroom delivery. Third, the students. I personally felt like, the students who signed up for this course are so committed.
And FTCCI XM for export and import. As we are getting our money, so it was quite necessary for me to have export knowledge. And we have exported our first shipment in the month of January 2023, and that was very helpful for me. And I thank FTCCI for organizing such a beautiful event.
I now invite President Mr. Anil Agarwal to welcome the gathering.
Good morning. Sri Naveen Mittalji, Commissioner, Collegiate Education and Technical Education, Government of Telangana. Gautam Chanjenji, Chairman and MD Pokarna Limited. MC members, past presidents, members of FTCCI, distinguished guests. Good morning and welcome for this inauguration of FTCCI Skill Center Training and Development. Today it is a red letter day for FTCCI, as our dream of having a skill center is being fulfilled. It was our dream that we should have a skill center to provide training to young people in job skills and to experienced professionals who wants to upskill and reskill their talents. I thank Jayesh Ranjanji, he's not there, he will be joining, and Sri Naveen Mittalji for accepting our invitation to inaugurate the center, and be with Federation to extend their good wishes and support. We all have seen many reports stating the employability of graduates and engineers in India and as industry body, we often hear that we don't find suitable person for suitable job as basic skills. I wanted to quote one report. This report has published in Economic Times in March 2022. Over 80% of engineers in India are unfit to take up any job in the knowledge economy. Only 2.5% of engineers in India possess artificial intelligence skills, while only 5.5% are qualified with basic programming abilities. The university level education in India is primarily focused on imparting theory-based knowledge. Only 40% of the total graduate engineers opt for internships for hands-on experience, with 30% taking up projects other than their coursework. This is only statistics for engineers and other graduates, but other fields also, statistics are similar levels. I want to quote one thing. I was in the US in the year 2006. I happened to visit one school of my sister-in-law's son. I was surprised in the premises. They were having fire engine which was open from all sides, back, everything. And one firefighter was explaining about the basic features of fire engine to students, young students. That is, we are lacking here. That is a basic practical education which we lack here. Skill gap and employability is a very deep subject. The generic solution to bridge the skill gap is to groom talent according to specific roles at hand. This is what we do at FTCCI and aiming to do through its skill center. We may not be able to fill the gap to a large extent, but making a small beginning, we are taking a baby step towards this, and I am confident that with the support of everyone, we sincerely try to improve and impart job skills as per industry needs and standards. Conducting training programs and workshops in various fields has been part and parcel of our activities from the beginning. And this idea of establishing skill center is mooted from this. Sir, we are grateful, sir, Gautam Chandji, for readily agreeing and coming forward to support FTCCI in establishing this skill center. A round of applause for Mr. Gautam Chandji. Mr. Gautam Chandji is a visionary and is very humble and modest person. He started with his textile business, and within no time he was the top distributor of Raymonds in India. And after a few years, he ventured into granite business and acquired granite mines, and he started manufacturing granite products, started exporting to developed countries, USA and Europe. He also started a manufacturing of apparels, men's apparels, premium men's apparels by name Stanza. Subsequently, he set up an engineering stone unit in Vizag. And in the recent past, he has again started one more unit, same unit in Hyderabad also. The brand name is Quantra, that is natural quartz surface. And he is exporting 100% of his products to USA, Europe, niche market. He doesn't want to talk about all this. Whenever I say this, he says, "Arey chhodna yaar, arey chhodna yaar." He's so modest. I also acknowledge the efforts of our CEO, Mrs. Khyati Naramane, in taking initiative and consulting many organizations to have MOUs in place. These MOUs, we will be conducting various certificate courses and training programs. I also want to acknowledge that the idea of having this skill center was conceptualized during my predecessor, Sri Bhaskar Reddy Garu, when he was his immediate past president and we was president during his period, we have conceptualized. I am happy to announce that we have got a passionate and enthusiastic team which want to work closely with the best and eminent faculties and resource people from the industry to deliver the best of their knowledge and expertise. We are already doing so many skill programs and workshops throughout the year, and establishing this dedicated skill center will be a icing on cake. On this occasion, we are glad to sign MOUs and partnering with GIZ, NIMSME, GMR, GTO, and also we are in discussion with many organizations, Amazon, Flipkart, Dodla, Simply Learn, BSC, etc. So many organizations, they are coming forward to have MOUs with us. FTCCI is managing 14 government ITIs. In fact, one more is added recently, and government is requesting us to take some more. So it is 15 now. And after consulting the industry and various ITI colleges located at different places, we will try to provide additional training to the students as per the industry needs to enhance their employability. Our aim is not only to provide training in job skills, but to see that FTCCI Pokarna Skill Center certificate holders will get placements in best of the companies and make a start towards their dream career. I'm also happy to inform you that we are in the process of getting accreditation for the skill center from NSDC. Lastly, I suggest the entire skill center to be in continuous interaction with industry and trade, and take the feedback of the requirement from time to time and curate programs as per the need. I extend my best wishes to them, and I also urge the industry to come forward to let us know your requirement so that we can curate program as per your requirement and as per your needs. Before concluding, I request our Naveen Mittalji to guide us and also collaborate with FTCCI to impart skills to the polytechnic engineering colleges and graduate students. Last but not the least, I compliment our secretariat, team FTCCI, for their support, directly or indirectly. With their support only we have come up with this beautiful skill center. I once again welcome the dignitaries on the dais and off the dais who have joined us today to make this moment very special for us. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. You have definitely set the tone for today's program. And I now invite our guest of honor, Mr. Gautam Chand Jain, Chairman and Managing Director, Pokarna Group, to address the gathering.
President Anil, most respected guest of honor Naveen Mittalji, what an appropriate choice for today's function. Past President Reddy Garu, Khyati, dear friends. It was very instant decision that we took once I was having a cup of coffee here. When Bhaskar Reddy Garu and Anil and Khyati, all three of them broached the subject that how about doing a skill development center. And I was very thrilled actually, because this is a subject which is very close to my heart. I always believed that in today's world, any organization, or more so a business organization and especially the industry, will only thrive with a proper team of workers. And unfortunately, in our country, the people when we interview, though they may have very good degrees, but when it comes to practical experiences or practical knowledge, they are zero. So I said, oh, this will be a good opportunity for me to sponsor this. Whatever amount you want, I am willing to give it, but make sure it is done properly and it runs continuously. Somebody takes care of it. It's not just money. And then fortunately with a dedicated team from FTCCI, I was really confident that they will do a good job. So today is the day when we see that it has come true. So I would like to first thank the FTCCI as an organization for giving me this opportunity to be part of this. Because these kind of opportunities rarely do come. And my only suggestion is that you should form a good team. You have a very good working committee and everybody else. You have a very efficient CEO. You have person like Mr. B.P. Acharya, whom I have known for years together, how dynamic he was, and when he used to work, how efficiently he used to work. So having such a good team, and you can pick up some industry stalwarts or where it should be practical, and then the knowledge should not be only in the classroom here, but it should also be on the factory floor. I always talk about factory because, again, I think for me, the temples are the factories. Because when we give employment, we take care of thousands of families. So, and the team there, I can tell you that Indians are very intelligent. I travel all over the world. I sell my products all over the world. There was a time people used to think that Indians are useless fellows, they don't know anything, and then today it's totally reverse. The moment you introduce, or if they know that you are an Indian, first thing they will say is, oh, Indians are very intelligent. So there is a sea change in the whole approach of the world. And that is because our Indian people have proved that once they have imparted proper training, they can really turn the corners. I see in US, I do business with 100 companies. More or less, every accounts guy is an Indian there. Every IT guy is, of course, Indian there. In the companies, I'm not talking about IT companies. So I'm confident that this training center can really do very good service to the society. And the skilling and reskilling is very critical. Today's knowledge, of course, youngsters are more knowledgeable than we were, I believe so, but they will again require to reskill again time to time. So this program should have a fairly little longer period. It should not be just namesake that you come here and you got trained and your skill development was done. It should be properly planned and curated so that everybody really gets advantage of it. And then it should be like, oh, you got training in FTCCI Skill Center, people like us should be willing to immediately employ them. So the quality of the output is very important. Anything else, anytime that FTCCI needs, I am always available to help you. And once again, thank you very much for giving me this opportunity. Thank you.
Can we have a big round of applause for our Chief Guest, Mr. Jayesh Ranjan, IAS Principal Secretary, Industries and Commerce Department, Government of Telangana. A very warm welcome to you, sir. So, Mr. Jayesh Ranjan, we've just finished with the address, welcome address of our President, and he set the tone, and we are very, very fortunate that we have the government, the academia, and the industry come together to form this FTCCI Pokarna Skill Center, Training and Development Center. And I think I missed out on mentioning that the FTCCI has also adopted 15 government ITIs, so any support from the industry would really help us to curate programs, skilling programs for them. So before I think we inaugurate the skill center, I request President and Gautam Jain ji to please exchange the letter of the FTCCI Pokarna Skill Center in the presence of our chief guest and guest of honor. Can we have the letters, please? So this is the commitment from FTCCI as well as Pokarna to continue with the skilling and training program through the FTCCI Pokarna Skill Center. A big round of applause for our partners. Thank you so much. We would be now inaugurating the skill center, which is being set up on the second floor of our building, which has two classrooms called Amethyst and Quartz. And I think the inauguration will be live in this room as well. So I request all of you to please remain seated and see the inauguration, and we will be down, I think, in next 5 minutes. So I request the IT team to make the arrangements, and once ready, we can proceed for the inaugural session. No, sir, we want you to see the skill center address so that even he is not seeing. Yeah, so we want to do it live, so the camera first start. Venkat, are we ready to? 2 minutes, okay. So I request all of you to please watch the inauguration, which will be live from this room. I request all the members after the inaugural ceremony, please visit our skill center, because I know you've just seen the glimpses of it. But we urge all of you to please visit our skill center. I now invite our guest of honor, Mr. Navin Mittal, IS Commissioner, Collegiate Education and Technical Education, Government of Telangana, to deliver the special address.
The chief guest of today's function, Jayesh Ranjan Garu, Principal Secretary for Industries and IT, the President of FTCCI, Anil Agarwal ji, guest of honor, Gautam Jain ji, former past President Bhaskar Reddy Garu, CEO Khyati ji, our esteemed senior BP Acharya sir, all the dignitaries and invitees, a very good morning to all of you. First of all, I must congratulate the FTCCI and the Pokarna group for coming up with this, I would say, excellent training center. We have just gone there. It is like state-of-the-art training center, and this will really go a long way in helping to bridge the gap, skill gap which industry is facing. In fact, Anil ji was just now mentioning about the employability of engineering graduates as well as degree students. This is a fact in India, and I must say that a huge amount of work is happening in correcting it. But you know, an institutionalized system which is very institutionalized, for it to change, it's a work in progress. And I can say that some really wonderful work has happened all over the country, and especially in Telangana in last few years. For example, in 2019, the entire engineering syllabus in the whole country has undergone a change, and the syllabus has become much more practical compared to what it was earlier. And soft skills have also been made the integral part of the program. And a similar work has happened in Telangana also a couple of years back in terms of degree curriculum, wherein again employability and soft skills have been made an integral part of every degree program like BA, BCom, BSc. And huge focus is now being given in the field of higher education to integrating skills with education. But I would say that that will take a bit of time for the entire system to really become in tune with the market needs. Apart from this, there are a few initiatives which we have also taken in the state of Telangana in collaboration with the industry. So the academy and industry have combined together for some very unique initiatives. One of them is the dual education, dual apprenticeship program at the polytechnic level. Now in that, the entire final semester of a 3-year polytechnic program, we have now tied up with few of our industrial partners, and the students spend the entire year there. And one of the semester curriculum is divided into 2 parts, and that curriculum is also done at the industry side. In fact, the first such program we started with an Austrian group, which is Alpla, which is based in Pasha Mailaram Industrial Park. And when we started this program, there were 2 Austrians who actually came to Telangana, and they were here for almost a week, hand-holding with our team to really design this program. And we gave them an offer that, you know, in case you don't like any subject, we'll be very happy to either replace it or add something new. And at the end of 1 week, they actually came and told us that we have looked at the curriculum of 6 countries in the world. That is 6 countries where that group is present, and our curriculum was the best out of those 6 countries. So what I'm trying to tell you is, curriculum-wise, we have no real issues, but the issue is in terms of this integration of industry and academia. That is, we need to collaborate to ensure that our students get the requisite practical knowledge to do that. Second similar initiative is also in the field of polytechnic education, where what we have done is we've reintroduced a 6 months or a semester long practical training for all our students. And when we interacted with the industry, the problem which the industry told us that, look, you are sending 100% of your students in the final semester, and nobody in the odd semester. That is, odd semester we have nobody, but even semester we have like 100%. So it's almost like a step function, 0, 100, 0, 100. And then we really discussed with ways of how do we improve on it, and we came out with that we divide our program among the polytechnics in 2 semesters. That is, half of our polytechnics go for training in the odd semester, and half of them go for the even semester. And if a polytechnic has 2 sections, one goes in the odd semester and one goes in the even semester, so that the industry can actually tell that, look, we need X number of people in around the year, and those many students either come from one polytechnic in the odd semester and from the in the even semester from the other polytechnic. So there's a round the year person availability, and that has given us kind of, I would say, a tremendous foothold into the industrial collaboration, and that has really done well. Similarly, for the degree education, last year we worked very closely with 5 of the sector skill councils of India. Those of you who are aware of them, the sector skill councils. So every sector has a sector skill council at the national level. So we collaborated with 5 of them, and those 5 are Logistics Sector Skill Council of India, the Media and Entertainment Sector Skill Council of India, the RASCI, which is Retail Association Sector Skill Council of India, Management Entrepreneurship Professional Sector Skill Council of India, and the Health Sector Skill Council of India. And what we have done is, with the help of these sector skill councils of at the national level, we have come out with collaborative degree programs, a 3-year program wherein the entire curriculum is designed in close association with the sector skill council, completely market oriented program. And I must say that this year is the first year, and we are really amazed to see the response which is there from the students, and we feel that is going to be the way to go forward in the degree education. So that is something which we feel is going to be really very futuristic. Similarly, at the intermediate level also, which is 11th, 12th class, we have something called vocational courses. And I can tell you that in last about 4 or 5 years, actually I started handling that department just about 3 months back, because the commissioner of that department retired, and I am holding the additional charge of that. And I can tell you that at the intermediate education level also, there is huge appetite from the students now to do a vocational intermediate program rather than a normal science or an arts or a normal commerce program. And Lakshmi Nivas Sharma ji is here. In fact, his son Dayanand Sharma ji is the chairman of Board of Studies for Institute of Chartered Accountants of India. And I want to mention that on the 6th of this month, that's just 5 days back, I was in Delhi addressing the Institute of Chartered Accountants for their national education meeting. And we are trying to align our entire BCom curriculum in tune with the curriculum of the ICI. So ICI is actually helping us redesign our curriculum, where there's no more kind of gaps between the two, and it is kind of aligned. And a similar work is also happening with the Institute of Cost Accountants of India, which is already ongoing. So what I'm trying to say is that there is a very strong realization, both at the national level and especially so at the Telangana level, to do that. But still there's a real long way to go, and I also want to point out a real threat which we are sitting over, especially in the engineering education, because since FTCCI deals with the industry in a big way. And for that, I want to give you the statistics of our engineering admissions of this year. We admitted something like 62,000 students in engineering this year. And out of this 62,000, 44,000 students have chosen computer science and computer science related subjects. 14,500 students have chosen electronics and electronics allied subjects. So that is roughly about 58,500 students out of 62,000 taking only computers and electronics related field. Of course, because that is also something which is required. But the remaining, which is only 3,500, 1,500 only chose civil engineering, only 1,092 chose mechanical, and all other branches put together is less than 1,000. So you can imagine the kind of impact which industry is going to face, both the construction industry as well as the manufacturing industry. In the coming years, we are staring at a huge shortage of skilled persons in the coming year. And I think the only solution to do this is collaborations like this, what we are seeing today, where industry and academia combine together to see that students also are encouraged to come into the manufacturing side as well as the construction side. And this is something I think we are actually working on, both from the engineering colleges side as well as industry, finding ways where an entire batch, let's say, can be guaranteed that, okay, this batch, the entire curriculum is designed in close collaboration with the industry, and they will have a dedicated placement with that group of people, so that there is a guaranteed employment for those students. Now, coming to the program which we are part of today, which is FTCCI Pokarna Skill Center, I must thank Gautam Jain ji for coming forward to support this center, which is really the need of the hour, and I'm sure that this center will really go a long way to bridge the gap in the industry. From the higher education side, that both the technical as well as the degree education as well as the intermediate education, I would like to, as Anil ji mentioned, would like to propose collaboration in that regard. There are two ways in which we can do. One is we have something called State Board of Technical Education and Training. We can collaborate for short-term programs where we can also provide a certification, and the curriculum can be the curriculum which you design can be adopted there for a specialized certificate program. And also from the intermediate education side, where we have something called a State Institute of Vocational Education, which also supports short-term programs, 3 months or 6 months programs. So that can also be done, so that there is certification available. We also have a bunch of institutions around. One of them is the Polytechnic at the Masab Tank, just near the flyover. We have in fact, it is considered to be the best polytechnic in the whole state. Yeah. There's a proposal to upgrade it, but it will take probably some time. But so that polytechnic is something which probably we can collaborate in a very close way together, so that can become a kind of a center of excellence from the FTCCI side. And there are some very core branches which are there, especially mechanical and civil, and also industry related branches. And that is something again which can actually act as a hub for some of the skill gaps which we are talking about. So with these few words, I again thank you for inviting me, and also congratulate you for coming out with this outstanding initiative, and wish you all the best. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for your encouraging words, and definitely we would be happy to meet you once again, the entire skill team, to start, and we would like to make a one-year calendar where the short-term programs that we can take. And definitely I think every time when I've spoken to Mr. Jain, he said that, who says there's no employment, because right now I'm short of staff and I need staff in my office. So he's always been complaining that, and a lot of our members that we've spoken to have said the same thing. So we would like to, as a pilot project, tie up with 5 to 6 big industry members, and then curate programs with them, and then ensure that they get the placement at the right time, right place. So that's also a few plans. And just for the information of all of you, we would also be having an advisory skill board with stalwarts like all of them on the stage, and few of them who are present today. So they will always guide the skill team, all of us, on what courses we should take, and the whole exercise is how we can support the industry, especially the manufacturing sector. So with this, we have a few MOUs which we are signing today, sir, and I would like to invite one by one the organizations with whom we are signing the MOU. And like our president mentioned, we already in talks with other organizations, but today we have 4 MOUs that we would be signing. And the first one is with the NIMSME. Ms. Glory Swarupa, Director General, is here. So I invite you, Madam, on the stage to exchange the MOU with our President. The objective is to share the resources of both the organization, jointly curate programs, especially on the MSME sector and the artisans of Telangana. So,
What is the organization?
NIMSME, National Institute of MSME. Would you like to sign it here, or is it, or you want to sit and sign? So, sir, for the information of everyone, with NIMSME, we would be curating a few programs on cluster development for the clusters, for artisans, for weavers in and around Hyderabad, Telangana. We've identified few districts where we are going to conduct those programs, and especially for micro and small enterprises. I also request Mr. Jayesh Ranjan to, if he can witness this MOU and sign as a witness. I request the GIZ team to be ready for the next signing of the MOU. Thank you so much. I invite Mr. Chandrasekhar to please join for the MOU signing with GIZ. The objective is to promote dual wet interventions in enhancing skills of existing students and faculty. And there are, I think, 4 sectors that we've identified: EV, retail, life sciences. So GIZ has a great presence and they've signed an MOU with the government of India to impart, yes, the quality training, and my God, you made it very easy for me.
Actually, in fact, I must mention that the Department of Technical Education and IGVET, the Indo-German Vocational Educational and Training, we have collaborated to design a course on electric vehicles. So that is something which we are both Germany and we are collaborating, and there is potential for a lot more, I must say.
So we've signed for PVC window installer, the technical training for that, for EV, for retail and life sciences. So these are the 4 sectors we will be working with them. I now invite the GTO team, Mr. Sushil Sancheti, who's heading the GTO Telangana, Hyderabad, okay. So GTO is a similar, I'm sure you all know, it's a similar organization like FTCCI, and we plan to organize various leadership programs with GTO and also export-import management courses. Yes, and Mr. Gautam Jain is the founder chairman. आप जाइए Mr. Mittal, this is in the picture. Thank you. I now invite the GMR Air Cargo team to please come up on the stage. So with GMR in the past, we've conducted courses on supply chain, on logistics management, on air cargo, beginners and advanced level, and we shall continue to organize more such programs. And and with GMR, they've agreed that, you know, once they train the students, they would also give them employment. They'll start with the internship and then absorb them if they are fit for the requirements that they have. Thank you so much. Mr. Jayesh. Oh my God. Sir is here. I think all of them are going to hear lots about the skill center over a period of time. So, So we've exchanged 4 MOUs today, one with GMR Air Cargo, GIZ, GTO and NIMSM. And we are in talks with Amazon. We finished 1-year contract with them, so we are signing up with them for the 2023 as well. Flipkart, Bombay Stock Exchange and other organization, we are still in talks with them. So that's little background about where we are right now. And I now invite our chief guest, Mr. Jayesh Ranjan, to deliver the keynote address.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Shri Anil Agarwal ji, Shri Gautam Chand Jain ji, my colleague, Mr. Naveen Mittal, Bhaskar Reddy Garu, Khyati ji, all the seniors who are here, respected Shri B.P. Acharya, Mr. Mohan Raidu Garu, Mr. Diwan, my colleague, Mr. Shrikant, Mr. Jain, Mr. Akhilesh, Mr. Agarwal, Mr. Chakravarti, all the senior FTCCI members who are here. First of all, my sincere apologies for showing up late for this event. But nevertheless, I'm very happy that I have been able to make it, because this occasion is very important to me. What this occasion is commemorating is something that I personally value quite a lot, which is skills development, skills creation. So before anything else, I would like to convey my congratulations to the Pokarna group, to Gautamji personally. All kinds of activities are taken up under CSR, but this kind of initiative is something which can create a lasting value, and therefore I really appreciate the fact that Gautamji has chosen to create this skill development center through his CSR funding. And I'm also glad that the center is becoming a part of FTCCI, which has a good track record in high quality, high impact delivery. I would also like to congratulate the other institutions with whom partnership MOUs have been signed, like GIZ, NIMSME, GTO, GMR Air Cargo, etc. And I do hope that these partnerships also focus on tangible outcomes, their milestones, based, and at some point in time, we feel proud that we were there when these partnership agreements were signed. As all of us are aware, in the last 8 years, Telangana has done exceedingly well in our industrial growth. But I really feel that if this momentum has to continue, getting high quality skills, high quality skilled manpower is very important for us. Otherwise, at some point in time, we will start losing that edge. As industry secretary, I get a chance to visit lots of industrial parks, go to lots of industries for some ceremony, some inauguration, something else. And wherever I go, I do make a point, at least informally, if not formally, to understand the profile of the workforce there. And I can share this with you. Over the last so many years, I would have done it at least on 70, 80 occasions. And what is appearing to me is that it's like a mix. There are good number of people from Telangana also who work in our, particularly I'm talking about the manufacturing industry. So there are quite a few of our state who are employed in the manufacturing sector. But I also notice quite a few who are from outside, which of course is not a surprise, because Hyderabad as a city is a magnet. It attracts migrants from everywhere. But if you ask who are these people who are coming from outside, why are they here, what kind of work they are doing, 2-3 kind of observations come out. One is a large chunk of people who are not from Telangana are doing things which are extremely low end. And when I ask the factory owners or the industrialists, they tell us that no one in the locality or no one in the catchment is prepared to do such low end kind of jobs, and therefore there's no other option but to get people from other states. Possibly, I mean that obviously seems to be the case, but there is also a reasonably significant proportion of outsiders who are here for certain kinds of skill sets which are missing in our people. Many companies tell us that we have to recruit people nationally because these kind of skills are just not available. Certain kind of operations of machines or certain kind of jobs where some kind of programming is required so that the machine runs automatically, some kind of supervisory jobs, they feel that that kind of skill set is missing. So eventually, if we are able to create a pipeline of people with those kind of skill sets and cater to the demands of the local industry, we will not only grow ourselves, but eventually at some point in time, our skilled people can also take up high paying jobs, high valued jobs elsewhere. I know that just as we have this challenge of having a good large number of skilled people available, the same challenge is felt elsewhere as well. In fact, this challenge has now become global. Some of you may be aware that there is an organization called TomCom. It's a government agency which has started creating a pipeline of Telangana-based talent which can actually vie for overseas jobs. So that also is a possibility. While we serve the needs of the industry locally, but if there is a surplus, why not encourage them to go abroad and get into some very high-paying jobs? And today, as you know, remittances have become very important. In fact, there are certain states in our country like Kerala, Uttarakhand, etc., where the biggest contribution to their economy is remittances which they get from workers outside. There is a distinct possibility if TomCom and other related departments coordinate well and deliver good quality programs and meet initial success. And these are not the conventional Gulf countries like Kuwait and UAE and Saudi Arabia, etc. TomCom is now eyeing for opportunities in the West like the US, Europe, Japan, and so on and so forth. So that can be a potential game changer, because most of the Indian migrant workers, apart from the highly professional ones, are confined to these countries, the Gulf countries. And if TomCom succeeds in making an inroad in the newer geographies, that will be really a kind of a first of its kind for the country. So the point I'm really driving at is that we need to, through all means, encourage institutions like the Pokarna FTCCI Center for Skilling, for the sheer reason that, first of all, more number of people of our state should get into these high-skilled jobs, and the needs of our local industries, the sector which is showing amazing growth over the last 8 years, And I have no doubt that this momentum can be continued over the next at least 10 to 15 years also. That is one. The few observations which I would like to make for the about the skilling center is like this. See, first of all, we all know that there are many others also who run skilling programs in Telangana, in Hyderabad. Some of them are part of the government mechanism itself. There is a sister organization in the Rural Development Department which is called EGMM. They run skill programs through partners in different kinds of skills across the state. There are also, as my colleague Naveen pointed out, the vocational training programs of the intermediate board. Similarly, the SBTET kind of programs for the technical and higher education. They also impart skills to people. My colleague, the CEO of TASK, is also sitting here. TASK is a agency which is a part of my department. We also look at skilling largely for students who are currently studying, so that while they complete their syllabus, their curriculum, they are also equipped with skills which will help them get better placement opportunities. The initial focus was on technology related skills, but other skills are also getting added. There are also private initiatives. I have personally been to 2 significant private initiatives, and I have found them to be quite impressive. ICICI Foundation runs a skilling program across the country, but the center that they have in Hyderabad is also very reputed. I have gone there multiple times and they do a good job. Tata's under their CSR have a program called Tata Strive, whose first skilling center also, I was present when it was inaugurated by our minister. They are also doing quite well. So the suggestions that I have for the Pokarna FTCCI center, they are as follows. So first of all, as I said, while there are so many initiatives of skilling happening, let there be something very unique and distinctive about it. I mean, let this center not become just like one of the many others which are there. There has to be something very differentiating about this center so that its identity is maintained, people look up to it, and the reputation grows stronger and stronger. So how do you really do that? How do you create that differentiator? What do you really strive for? So again, a suggestion in that regard will be that let us focus only on some skills for which there is a huge gap in the market. And my suggestion would be to focus on the manufacturing sector to begin with. Many of the other institutions that I spoke about, they are largely into services or technology. So ICICI Foundation or Tata Strive, they focus heavily on the retail sector. As you know, retail sector is growing quite a lot, and lots of manpower is also absorbed in the retail sector. So they are steady suppliers for the retail sector. EGMM does something similar. There's another institution I forgot to mention, a government institution called NAC, the National Academy of Construction. They focus on the low to middle range of job prospects in the construction industry. So let us focus on machines, let us look at tooling, let us look at forging, let us look at carding, let us look at machine operations, let us look at supervision, let us look at quality control. There are many kinds of skills which are important, and as many of you would know, the world is gradually moving towards Industry 4.0, where there will be more and more automation. So the skill sets also will be required of a different kind. So let us focus on the manufacturing sector, and within the manufacturing sector, identify 4 or 5 skill sets which are badly in deficit in Telangana. And then design programs, conduct programs. The other suggestion would be to also bring an element of experiential learning. See, eventually skills are taught, one can teach the way I'm speaking to you, holding a mic and a blackboard behind me. But much more knowledge and much more significant knowledge can be gained if there is a practical component when you actually go to an industry. So please ready the members to absorb these candidates as a part of their training, to show to them how an actual machine operates and give them some time actually to run those machines. There could be some small disruption in the production, but it is worth bearing that disruption for the larger interest of creating a large and viable manpower pool. Another suggestion would be about certification. As Mr. Mittal pointed out, the skills sector skills councils are there. If you are able to tie up or see if you can be affiliated to SBTET or the vocational Yeah, because eventually, when I go to these ICICI or Tata's programs and all, the certification is quite in demand. I mean, lots of people go there just because they earn that certificate which Tata is giving or ICICI is giving. That helps them in their career progression also. It becomes a valued piece of paper. So this is also something which is the reality. People join many times a program just for the sake of that certificate. So ensure that the certificate is properly accredited, it is respected in the market, etc. And of course, the most important point is that no program, any kind of instructional program, will succeed if the quality of the resource persons is average. So do identify, do make efforts to get the best quality resource persons. There are lots of senior people who have worked in the manufacturing industry in Telangana, in Hyderabad, because this has been a industrial belt for almost 6-7 decades now. Many people who have worked for years, they have retired, but they have valuable experience. I'm sure those kind of people will be good resource persons, but there can be others also. So do invest effort and time and possibly some money also in choosing the best. I mean, don't rush into it with some ordinary kind of resource persons who give half-baked knowledge and eventually nothing comes of it. So I'm sure, I mean, most of the things which I am speaking of, these are all common sense points. I'm sure that all of you have already thought of them, and I wish well for the center. Please keep me updated on how the performance is, and I'll be very happy to help you with placement. I can make one more offer right away. We operate a digital employment exchange on behalf of the industries and IT department, which is called DEET. In fact, when you are signing the next bunch of MOUs, please sign one with them also. I'll be happy to introduce them. And all the candidates who enroll themselves in your programs, their resumes can be, first of all, DEET, because it is a technology-enabled platform. We have created a software which actually builds your CV. You just have to give some basic data, and a very impressive CV is built by the machine itself. So we will post the CVs, and every industry which is setting shop in Telangana, we recommend to them to pick their people from this DEET portal. So that opportunity will come to your students also, and all of a sudden the job market will expand quite a lot. So I wish all of you very well. Thank you once again, Gautam ji and Mr. Agarwal, and thank you for inviting me for this function.
So thank you, sir. Thank you for your suggestions. Definitely we will concentrate on manufacturing sector. This is our core, what we do at Federation. We concentrate mostly on programs related to manufacturing, but now we will concentrate more on technical, as you suggested, maybe 4 or 5 sectors which will concentrate more. That we will take the issue, and we will become we'll sign MOU with that also, sir. That is very important for us.
So thank you so much, sir, and you've given a lot of guidelines, and definitely, sir, like we're all so overwhelmed because this is absolutely a new subject that we all have entered into, and I think such kind of guidance will really help each one of us, and I urge all our members also to please keep guiding us. And also one more thing, like just since we are doing a lot of skill programs district level, so those also will be part of the FTCCI Pokarna Center, which we will conduct in different districts, since we've planned a few courses there as well. So with this, we are coming towards the closure of the inaugural ceremony of the FTCCI Pokarna Skill Center. And before I invite Mr. Bhaskar Reddy to propose a vote of thanks, the skill team would like to have a picture with the dignitaries on the dais. So I invite my skill team to please come forward for a group picture. Sir, with your permission, if the Mr. Jayesh, the skill. I know that you have not organized lunch. No, we organized lunch. We've done that. So the skill team, I invite Tejender, Rakesh, Reena. Yeah. I request President to please present the Cherial painting to our chief guest as a token of our appreciation. So, So we've been told that there are 4 families right now who are still into Cherial painting, 4 to 5 families. So we have tied up with one of them and they will procure Cherial painting from that family, particular family. So that's also an initiative. Yeah. I. To Mr. Naveen Mittal. Thank you so much, sir, for your graceful presence today. And to our partner, Mr. Gautam Chand Jain, Chairman and Managing Director, Pokarna Group. So we all, Mr. Jayesh Ranjan, we also request you that the FTCCI is now on the mobile app and we request you to launch this app. So it's for our members and so thank you so much, and I urge each one of you to please download the FTCCI app, which will give you a lot of updates about all our programs, events. There's also a member column where you can feed in all the information about yourself, what kind of partnerships that you're looking at, and I think we would also have one round of discussion with the team, the technical team of our app, as well as we'll upload a easy to understand video on our website. So I now invite our immediate past president, Mr. Bhaskar Reddy, to propose a vote of thanks.
Thank you very much, Kathy. It's my privilege to propose vote of thanks on this auspicious occasion. So when you have intention, it will just happen like that. Sankalpa Balam in Telugu, they say that if you have Sankalpa Balam, it just happens. Over a cup of tea, we just asked Gautamji that we are intending to start a skill center, and he asked 1-2 questions like what purpose and all that, and when we said that skill gap and connect between industry and the skill center, he immediately said, I am just going to take it. And in 1 minute, he committed that whatever 30-40 lakh requirement for this skill center, and I urge all of you to give a round of applause for this wonderful effort. So, skill center, like we are taking on a long-term basis. Thank you very much, sir, for raising this occasion, all of you. Skill center is one initiative which we have taken. Sir, as Jayesh Ranjan ji said, that this is not like any other skill center. We are at the end of the pipeline. We have identified very clear objectives. our purpose is just to enhance the knowledge and connect between the industry and employee, and add economic value to the entire ecosystem, whether it is industry and all that. So we are completely ahead of the entire curve, and just before employability, and also just before you are coming, Gautamji was telling that FTCCI Skill Center certificate should be a pass for anybody who interviews that, okay, with a blindfold he can take into the organization. We have a large base of 3,000 industries members, and I'm sure with this partnership and this center will excel. Sir, also we would like to start this, our concentration is on manufacturing, exports and logistics as of now. And Jay sir, we have requested you for giving us more opportunity to partner with the government by allotting a place. We don't want a rupee from the government, because large pool of industry is willing to fund the entire activities, just like Gautamji was telling earlier also. He said that if any further initiatives about skill center, I am there. Similarly, many other major industries are coming forward to fund this center as much as required. All we are looking for is a right place, accessible place, and then we'll fund this entire activity. So I thank Jayesh Ranjanji for inaugurating this wonderful center, and I also thank Naveen Mittalji for gracing this occasion and giving your valuable inputs, and we'll definitely would like to partner with you. And once again, I thank Gautam Chandji for funding this organization, and I also compliment, today morning I read that he won a case in United States, and Pokarna's excellence, Pokarna Granite is the only center which the anti-dumping duty has been imposed on more than a dozen companies, and Pokarna is exempted for that. He is the one. So the excellence always will help in driving this entire activities. So thank you very much one and all for joining us, taking off your time. I thank press and media. I thank FTCCI team here, and I also thank all our partners, Government of Telangana, Government of India, NIMSME, GEM, and also our industry partners, Amazon, Suven Trust, MPL, SAP, UNDP, GMR, Serve HR, T-Hub, GIZ, GITO, and I request all of you post this program, please join for lunch. Thank you very much once again.
Request the CHPL team to come on to the stage for a photograph. CHPL team, please.
CHPL team is the one who designed our mobile app, and they have delivered a successful app. I request CHPL team to come and join us for a picture.